Hi everybody, Jonathan Benjamin again here. Today's going to be a little bit different. No animals, unfortunately, but what we're going to try to do, I know a lot of us are at home right now, which is exactly where I am, and we're trying to find some fun things to do with everybody, especially the family right now. So it's also been difficult to find things maybe in the grocery store. So today I thought I would help you learn how to make something we probably use all the time. So today, and if you've been at Muscoot Farm camp, you probably know what I'm about to say, but today we are going to make our very own butter, which is super exciting, and we've got a whole song and everything, so you'll just have to bear with me for a second. It's one of those things very easy to make. You don't really even have to have a lot of ingredients. So let me get the main ingredient. This is the main ingredient. It's heavy cream, and you can get this probably at pretty much any grocery store that's around. And one of the key things we like to do at camp is that we like to leave it out for maybe about 30 minutes before you're going to make butter, just so it kind of gets room temperature. It seems to work a lot better that way. So you take heavy cream, which comes from a cow. So some of you are listening to this right now, you know that a cow gives us milk after she's had a calf. And then once you milk a cow, if you let that milk settle for a little bit, the cream will rise to the top. So what you do is you take that cream, and it can be sold. You can make a lot of different things out of heavy cream. A couple of my favorites, butter and whipped cream. So what we're going to do here is take just a jar, and this is actually an old yeast jar. So it's just nice to have. It's glass, so if you do this inside or even outside, you may want to make sure that you don't drop it like I've been known to do. So we take our heavy cream and open it up, and we're just going to pour this into our jar, and I'm going to fill it, I'll say about halfway. So then put our lid back on this and put our lid on this. So I've made butter a lot of times, and if you're watching this and you've been to farm camp, you may have made it with us already. So, but it wasn't until a couple of years ago that we went to a visit on at another farm in Vermont called Shelburne Farms, and they actually have a song to sing while you make butter. So I'm going to apologize right now that as you're listening to these tunes that are coming out of my mouth, they're not going to be as pretty as some of you, but we do have a song, so it really helps with the butter making process. So I'm going to grab that song right now. Okay, so basically the only thing that we need to do is shake this jar while we sing, and the song goes like this. We're going to make some butter, rich and creamy too, with milk from a cow's udder before you can say moo. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it if you can. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it once again. Pour some cream into a jar, get a friend or two. Make sure the lid is on tightly, that's all you have to do. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it if you can. Shake it like a milkshake and shake it once again. And then there's two other choruses that say, we're learning while we're churning. Hey, this is lots of fun. It's easy to make butter. Let's eat it when it's done. So shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it if you can. Shake it like a milkshake and pass it to a friend. So at that point, we would pass it to maybe your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, whoever's with you, you can do that. And then the last chorus is, oh, listen very carefully, it's sounding different now. Hooray, it's finally butter. Be sure to thank a cow and farmer. Right now, farmers are having a really tough time, so be sure to thank a farmer. And as we do these sort of videos, you'll understand that Things don't just come from the grocery store, they have to get there, and that's how butter's made. So be sure to thank a cow for your butter, and be sure to thank a farmer. So I will spare you my singing, but again, all you really have to do is shake it, and as you shake it, there's going to be a reaction inside of here, and you have to shake. That's why it helps if you have friends and family and partners and all of the things that will help you get this turned into butter quickly. So it's going to start to kind of come together, and really what happens is the liquid's going to separate from a solid, and we get another product whenever we make butter. And I don't know if any of you know it really by name or if you're familiar with it, but what do you think the byproduct of making butter is called? I'll let you think about it for a second while I just sit here and shake like a crazy person. It is called buttermilk. So that is another product that we get while we make butter. So buttermilk is something that a lot of people use in baking. They use it whenever they make ranch, like buttermilk ranch dressing, buttermilk biscuits, buttermilk pancakes. So buttermilk is a product that comes from just making butter. So you're gonna have to bear with me, like I said, and in a second I'll probably show you what it looks like in between stages. We don't have any like movie magic here where we can show you. So this is where we're at right now. You can see we're at a really good kind of whipped cream right now. So if we do this a little bit more, hopefully that'll turn quickly. So I think that's one of the benefits of leaving your heavy cream out, is it turns a little bit quicker. So just keep shaking this, and I hope you are all doing very well during this time, and we all hope that we'll get to see everybody once again very shortly. This would be really good if you had fresh butter. You can impress all your friends and family, and maybe even make something like fresh bread or fresh pancakes or something like that that you would want to put this butter on. So you don't hear a lot from it right now. So let's keep shaking. Oh, we are definitely getting close. You can see there, it's almost formed a complete solid. So I'm gonna kind of tamp that down a little bit, and we're probably not too far out. This is a good workout too. If any of you have been sitting at home and maybe watching a lot of TV and Netflix like I have, this is probably the best way to work out. There's probably no wrong technique here to shaking, but I think we are very, very close. So here is very, very, very close. Probably a couple more, like maybe one more minute of shaking, and we'll have, this is pretty good now, but it still has that liquid that I was talking about in there. So you really want it to kind of ball up. And so once that balls up, like a butter ball, then you'll actually be able to hear the liquid separate from the. So if you also, while you're doing this, you can have a grown-up or adult or whoever show you what old butter churns look like, because this takes a lot out of somebody. So if you had a butter churn, then you could do this. You could also probably do this if you have like a stand mixer, maybe, I would assume, but you'd have to look it up. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do with this. You could add salt to it. You could add honey or some other kind of sweeteners, and that would make, and if you hear, get close there. So what we have here is butter. So what I'm going to show you now is, through the magic of me knowing what was happening next, I also have another yeast lid that I've poked holes in. So what we've done before is you take this and you can pour out that liquid that I was talking about, and this is buttermilk. So you'll want to save this, and you can use this for any recipe that calls for buttermilk. And at this point, if you want, you can take this out of the jar and kind of squeeze it out over the sink and wash it off just with really cold water. And then you can put this in the fridge and it stays as long as butter usually stays. But just because of getting that buttermilk out, I would like to, there's some more here, hold on. So, put this on one more time, kind of finish it off, and here we have fresh butter. And like I said, if you wash it off, then you'll have a little less of that buttermilk, but that's really how it works. And I hope you enjoyed making butter with this, and hopefully we'll have a few more cooking videos from camp coming up soon.